Here is a box, a musical box, wound up and ready to play. But this box can hide a secret inside. Can you guess what is in it today?
Welcome to the Sergeant's Den, but something a bit different this morning. I've got, as Max Brave, the late, great Max Bygraves used to say, I've got a story to tell you. I've got a story to tell you. Yeah, listen, and I thought I'd do it a slightly different way because my fingers are going to wear out if I try and type this, and I never know. This is the best. This is better than Saving the Man with the Dog. You remember that one? This is better than that. This is just fantastic. It's not got a cast of thousands. It's got a cast of 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 people. Some of whom have had their names changed to protect the innocent. Some of whom's names I don't even know. But some are deeply in the doggy-doo as a result of this incident. However, it is difficult. Sorry, excuse me. Do apologise. It is difficult to sit and do a long piece to camera, and I hasten to add there is no script. I'm not reading from an autocue this time. I did last time, and I wasn't quite happy with it. So I really just got to let it all go. Now, as a result, I've decided to do it a slightly different way. And what I've done is I've enlisted a friend, the help of a friend of mine, Michael. Now, Michael is been a very, very good friend through thick and thin over years since I've been at the rugby club. This place would not be the same without him, and God forbid, touch wood, hopefully he'll outlive me here, because I can't imagine what it's going to be like without him. But anyway, he is having to rush down south to see to the help of a friend, relative of his, who's not very well. But it's a long drive down, and I've enlisted his help, and he says we will pretend that we're having a phone call. Well, we will be having a phone call. I'm going to phone him on my phone, because I'm recording on my iPad, and he will be part of the conversation, albeit the fact that he's there is not really point. It's the fact that if I leave something out and he doesn't understand it, albeit I'm afraid he has heard the most of this story before, which is rather unfortunate, but he can ask me questions or remind me that I've missed something out and that sort of thing. So Michael is in charge of a lot of the rugby stuff here at the sergeant's desk, and also he runs a lovely soft play area over the back called Wild Things. So when everything gets going, pop up, because it is a lovely, it's not the hugest one, but it's really snug and intimate, lovely coffee and lovely food, and Mike's a lovely host, and he's got lovely staff there, and everybody uses it, loves the place. Okay, so that's his plug. That's all he's bloody getting off me. Mike comes from Liverpool, so I have to forgive him for that, and he is an Everton fan. So he's a bit worried about this afternoon's game against City, which by the time you get to hear this, we'll know what the result is. But, you know, he's an Everton fan. He's got to take the rough with the smooth, you know. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is the next time you come back, I will have phoned Michael and he'll be on the phone to me. Okay, see you in a couple of minutes. Yeah, sod's law. Of course, as soon as I phoned him, this is what happens. He's engaged, which is like Mike, because he spends half the day on the phone, but he's such a popular guy. Come on, Mike, where are you? I'll come back to you in a minute when we've got through to him. Hey!
Michael Drew speaking.
Good morning, Michael. The camera's rolling. What I've done is I've done an intro to introduce why you're on the phone to me, and I've done that prior to me coming through. I will tell you that I've given you a very nice write-up, given them the wild things I mentioned, and told them that I won't tell you, I'm not going to tell them your destination in case the local constabulary hear where you're going, and you're going to get stopped. Well, exactly, and you will have to, because of course I have published your car registration number so people can wave to you on the way down south. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to reduce my speed.
Yeah, well...
90 miles an hour.
No. Well, 19 miles an hour. I think you should be going faster than 9. Yes, you're doing a steady 70. That's good. Okay. Well, I think you're safe at that speed. I think because you've heard the story before, you won't suddenly collapse in fits of laughter at any stage or fall off the... or fall...
Anyway.
Oh, I know you wouldn't anyway, you humorous bugger. Right, okay. So the story starts... Now, I know you've heard this before, but bear with me. The story all starts about a week ago. It was a Wednesday last week when I was watching Martin Lewis's finance programme on ITV. And he was... oh, Martin, have you got any other ideas? Any good bargains for Mother's Day? Oh, yes, he says. You'll have to get in quick. He says, these fantastic bunches of flowers from Marks and Spencer's. It's 100 blooms for only 20 quid, but get in soon for Mother's Day. Oh, fantastic. And a picture comes up on the screen. Of course, Michael, what I should say is you won't see any of the graphics, but at that moment, a big bug-off bunch of flowers pops up on the screen when I do the editing. Okay, so you've got to visualise that. So it's a big bunch of daffodils and little white flowers, so it's all very, very pretty. Okay, so he said, so I thought, well, I'm an orphan.
Am I allowed to interject with some
with some pithy comment? Yes, go on then. Give us a pithy comment, Michael.
Not now, no, during the course of your conversation with me.
Well, no, you can interrupt me at any time because I don't want to change the habit of a lifetime. Okay, is there anything you want to ask at this moment?
Not at the moment.
Right, okay, I'll come back to you. Right, so I'm an orphan, Mike. I think we're both orphans. It comes to that stage in everybody's life when you tend to be orphaned. So what do we do about Mother's Day? Well, so I decided to make somebody else's Mother's Day. Now, I have actually I wrote a piece about this, about knowing a lady with 3 children who are just gorgeous, hyperactive, mad people, just like me, but miniatures. And I just think she's done a fantastic job in homeschooling and looking after these kids. And I'm going to give her name because her name is Victoria. Now, I didn't give it during the piece because I didn't want her to be tipped off that it was her. So I've decided to buy her a bunch of flowers and send it to her. Okay. Is that your gearbox, Mike? It sounds a bit rough.
No, it's the road road surface.
Oh, dodgy road surface. Okay, well, make a note of that.
Yeah.
We'll make a note of that. Right, so I decided to buy... So I went online. Now, my first thing was that it says these Mother's Day flowers will get to her by the 18th of March. I thought, whoa. Mother's Day's on the 14th. Yeah, but beggars can't be choosers, and there were a lovely bunch of flowers, and she was going to get spoiled rotten on Mother's Day. I thought, sorry, it doesn't matter. She can have them on Wednesday or Thursday or whenever they arrive. That's fine. It's not a problem. So I paid my money and off we go. Fill in all, and I get them delivered to her address. So I put all her details in. So when she comes to see me, she's actually my... I've promoted her now. She's my she's my housekeeper. I live in a flat, so she's my flat keeper or my personal assistant. And I've known her for about 3 or 4 years. I can't believe. And we were actually talking the other day that we've never had a wrong word with each other. Well, I've never had a wrong word with her. She's had a few with me. You know, when I come up with the bathroom with no clothes on and stuff like that, and she shouts at me. which is understandable. I understand that.
But it's platonic.
Yeah, well, platonic. Well, I don't know which planet she comes from, Mike. I mean, I'm not capable of anything but platonic as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, back to the right. Back to the story. You remember Ronnie Corbett sitting in his chair used to get distracted, didn't he? You have to go back to the story. It feels like that. By the way, about the chair, it does squeak a lot. So if you hear any noises online, blame it on the chair. I haven't got some nefarious bowel movements, okay? That's what the noises off are. By the way, I do have my tea. I bought a big tea with me so I can refresh my mouth because I'm going to talk a lot. Right, so I have written this piece for the Sergeant's Desk. You're still not a member, Michael. I'm very upset about this. But the Sergeant's Desk has an article about this lovely idea about and it's about the fact that it's not just Mother's Day, but make it Orphans' Day as well. And if you recap, Mother's Day and make it to do with Orphans' Day. Did you actually know 20th of November is Orphans' Day? But nobody gives a damn about Orphans' Day, do they? I mean, there's not a lot of card buying or flower arranging going on Orphans' Day. So let's bring it Orphans' Day into meet Mothering Sunday or Mother's Day, or whatever you want to call it. So I decided to buy her these flowers. So I write this piece, and on Monday, as is my wont, I go through, because she's a very busy lady, so I read to her different articles that I've written for the Sergeant's Desk. Okay. Oh, Victoria, have a listen to this one. And I've decided to buy flowers for a lady who's going to remain anonymous, but she's got 3 lovely children, 2 of whom are twins, and of course her eyes open up. I said, and she said, "Oh, you haven't, have you?" I said, "Yeah, of course I have." "Oh, you silly soft thing," she said. "This has got to be nice names." She's got to be silly soft. "You shouldn't have done. I said, "You deserve it because you're a lovely lady." Right, okay. So I'm all G'd up. I couldn't keep. I'm awful at keeping a secret. So she's ready to receive the flowers on Wednesday or Thursday, and it's the people have got her phone number, not mine, so that they can send her an MSS to when they've arrived. Nothing can go wrong.
Sounds a good idea.
It sounds like all of my ideas, Mike. Whether it's tumblers for the club or whatever, it's always a good idea. Nothing can go wrong, but it can. Yeah, yeah. There's a reason for I was called that name. It's a reason why that's my surname. Right. So Wednesday arrives, and I'm a bit disappointed because there's not a bouquet on the horizon anywhere. She's heard nothing, so I go on track online. Who is it? DPD will be delivering your flowers tomorrow. Oh, okay. Better late than that. So I drop her line. "Oh, by the way, your surprise will be with you tomorrow." She said, "Oh, don't worry, Richard. It's just a lovely thought. Thank you very much." So the next day arrives, and I'm busy all day, and I nip at about 4:30. I nip out because my computer man, I've designed a mug for him, so I was going to drop it off with him. I get to his shop just as he's closing, so I hand him the mug. "Thanks very much, Richard." And this is where things start to go a bit wrong. As I'm about to pull off, I get a message on my phone from Victoria. And the message says something on the lines of, I tell you what, let's just actually read it, then we'll get right, let's have a look. "Hi, I've just got home and got this message, but there's nothing here for you. Do you want to check up on it?" So the message says, "Your driver, Sajid, will deliver your parcel today between 13:26 and 14:26. It's very precise. You do have options if you're not going to be in." Well, she wasn't going to be in, but her husband, her fella, is with the restaurant trade, so he's furloughing. So he was going to be there. Then, as a message, the next message arrives at at 4 o'clock, just after 2 o'clock, your your M&S, your Marks and Spencer's parcel has been delivered today by Sajid, your DPD driver, and left safely. Well, I got home and there's nothing there, Richard. Oh, sugar plum fairies. Hi, I've just got home and got this message today, but do you want to check up on it? So I start trying to ring DPD. Can't get, it's a nightmare. I'm actually parked at the hospital at this point because I don't want to move anywhere in case I have to do something else. So I park up and start ringing DPD. So I'm yeah.
There's a lot of blooming detail in this.
Of course, you got to have the detail. Don't you start bloody arguing. You're just driving somewhere. If the people want to turn off, that's well out.
Using the word blooming.
Oh, very funny. Ha ha ha. Yes, blooming. Yeah. Every Liverpudlian's a bloody comedian, isn't they? Right, okay. So she then says, right. So, after pushing and shoving on the phone, trying to get through, I then go and click on all the links, and I come up with this picture. I'm showing them a picture of a white front door with a number 9 at the top of it. I said, well, this isn't your door, is it? She said, no, this is mine. And she sends me back, and it's a green front door with glass in it. I said, hang on a minute, she says. That says number 9 at the top of the glass. I'll look carefully. Are you sure? Yeah. Oh, it is. No. Then she says, oh, God, it looks like a 9. Still can't. And then she says, still can't believe the wench took them. I've actually said to her, I think that was a bit of an assumption. Because she didn't know who the hell had taken them. If there had anybody had told them, did you put my name on them? She says. So I said, I ring out. And then she sends me a message. Oh, no, she says. I've just read the invoice that they've sent me, she said. You've sent them to number 9 Smith Walk. I hasten to add, she doesn't live on Smith Walk, but that's the address. This is my attempt at protecting the innocent. And she, Victoria, lives at number 6 Smith Walk. Now, not like any Hitchcock mystery, it's not a case of the 6 falling down and turning into a 9. This is a full, unmitigated cock-up by yours truly, who's written the wrong bloody address. So far, who have we got to blame? We've got Martin Lewis to blame because he's given me the idea. We've got M&S to blame for not being able to deliver them on Christmas on Mother's Day. And you got me to blame, probably most effectively, for putting the wrong bloody address down. But still, all is not lost. They're at number 9, piece of cake. So her husband goes across on his own and knocks on the door. And a very nice young lady in her 20s comes to the door. Have you had a
Now the story's getting interesting.
And he says, have you had a delivery? She says, no. She said, what, you've not had no delivery today. By the way, at this point, he doesn't know about the photograph, okay? He hasn't seen the photograph of them on her door, so he's not got any ammunition to say, well, what's this on your front door? So he's no ammunition to have. So, well, something's strange. Somebody's nicked him. Somebody's nicked them. Okay. So he comes home and rings me. Victoria rings me and said, no, they've been to number 9, she's not there. They're not there. And then I think there's something.
Is your cat enjoying this story?
Is what?
Your cat enjoying the
Yeah,
story?
well, the cat's complained because I've not triple fed the damn thing this morning. Pop it, Pumpkin. We're on the video. Please, quiet. Right. So, I think I smell a rat. There's something not right here. You know, stuff nicked off doorsteps. Yes, it gets in, but it just doesn't. So I thought, sod this. So I drive from the hospital up to the Dairy Ground estate, roughly where I think it's not the Dairy Ground. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it's up near Bramwell High School, and I go to her house, and I said, I take it you've seen nothing, and she, right, well, I'm going to go and give it a knock because I think something fishy's going on. So I put my put my hat on, my figuratively my police hat on, but it was not really my police hat. And we knocked on the door, and somewhat reluctantly, I felt it seemed a little longer than it should have done. The same woman appears at the doors. I said, "Oh, good afternoon. I wondered if I could have." So I'm not messing about. I wondered if I could have the flowers that were delivered here earlier. And then she hesitates. Sorry. What flowers? No, the flowers that were delivered to your door. What? No, I haven't had any flowers. No. I then show the photograph of the front door. These flowers in this box by your front door. Oh, unless you're saying that somebody's stolen from the front door. No, I've not seen them, she said. Well, I've been in enough interviews to know that she's giving you enough signs that this all was not aware. But I wasn't going to grab her by the scruff of the neck and start bouncing around the street and demanding best police tactics. So I said, "That's okay, love. If you feel that you deserve the flowers more than the lady across the street, that's okay with me. It's only 20 quid. It's not a big deal." But I'm a bit upset. Okay, and I turned to walk away, and I think this is the moment. Oh, and then she pipes up. Oh, I am sorry. I said, "Sorry? What are you sorry about?" I have had the flowers, yes. Oh, you have you? Yeah. And what have you done with them? I've given them away to my neighbours. What? I said, I've rung Marks and Spencer's and told them what's happened, and they've just told me to hang on to the flowers and keep them. Oh yeah. You what? Okay. I'm not arguing the point. You obviously felt you deserved the flowers more. Yeah. Thank you very bloody much. All right. Bye bye, and walk away. So at this point, shall we say, Michael, my non-verbal leakage was at boiling point, and I think there was steam coming out my ears. But I am pretty miffed because of this woman's, or as I thought, because of this woman, that Victoria hadn't had her flowers, and I had been.
Richard, I didn't think we had people like that living in Bramwell.
Well, exactly. This is the thought. Yeah, and the strange thing, I didn't detect a Liverpool accent on her at all, which is most extreme.
Being abusive.
Oh God! There was a pram in the front garden on 4 bricks. I don't know if that was a giveaway. No. I lie. That's not true. Right. Okay. So this is not the finish of it. So I go back to, somewhat stressed, I go back to Victoria's house, and she can tell that things have not gone very well at this lady's door. Of course, this lady only lives 35 yards from Victoria's door. They don't know each other. This other lady clearly doesn't have kids, so they probably wouldn't have anything to react. And in 21st century England, if you live on top of somebody, you still don't know them. So it's not unusual that she doesn't know her. Okay. So she said, come in. You're in my bubble. Sit down, have a cup of tea and de-stress. So I underwind. I'm there about 5 minutes. There's a knock on the door. And I'm thinking, oh, Christ, is this her 8'3" husband come round to beat the crap out of me? No, it's not. It's the little lady again, who's clearly quite stressed and upset and very apologetic. And I made a split-second decision to say, listen, enough's enough. I'm not going to get upset over a bunch of flowers. I completely wound myself back. I told her not to worry. It's just one of those things, and the flowers are gone. And I was still lingering in the back of my mind saying, these bloody flowers are on your dining room sodding table, I'm not going to be impressed. But I got this distinct impression that she told enough lies by this stage, and she had phoned M&S perhaps. Okay.
Now, Richard.
Yes.
I think you're going to tell me
Yes.
that she's gone and raided the next door's garden, the daffodils.
Yeah. What she's done is she's had time to get down to the local cemetery, nick a load of flowers off all the graves, and replace them and bring them to... No, she hasn't done that, mate. No, I promise. Right.
I am relieved.
Well, I hope you're not. You're still driving, are you? Oh, see with me. Yeah, okay, I got it. Right, okay. Now, listen. At this point, what I'm going to say, that's the end of part 1. Okay? So, I'm going to stop the record. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of part 1, and you'll have to wait until next week, or perhaps tomorrow, for the second episode. And I promised you, the story isn't over yet. Bye, and night-night.